Safety orientation training for hourly employees. Welcome. Our goal is for every associate to leave work injury-free every day. At SSE, safety is a way of life. Thus, each associate is required to review this training prior to beginning employment. To achieve this, our leadership is committed to maintaining a comprehensive safety program which complies with all applicable safety and health laws. You have joined a team that takes your safety seriously. A message from Seth. Safety is my primary concern and something I value and hold dear as part of my responsibility in leading this organization. I appreciate each of you taking the time with your coworkers to put working safely at the forefront of your daily work life. As president, I assure you we have no more important obligation than to provide a safe workplace for you. Let's make this year a safe one and return home as healthy as when we left it at the end of each day. Seth. Stop, think, act. Safety is a last-minute risk assessment to be completed before, during, and after every task. The first step is to stop. Ask yourself, what hazards are visible at this moment? What could possibly go wrong as a result of these hazards? The next step is to think. Ask yourself, am I trained, and can I perform this task safely? Do I need any additional tools or PPE? Finally, it's time to act. Take action and follow the proper procedures to perform the action in a safe manner. Prevention starts with awareness. Leading injury types we experience at SSC are: number 1, slip, trip, and falls. Number 2, strains and sprains. Number 3, struck by, strike against. Number 4, cuts, punctures. Number 5, chemical exposure. Preventing slips, trips, and falls. Stairways. Always use handrails when ascending and descending stairs. Electrical cables. Plug electrical cords on the side of the hallway or room where work is being done and place a caution sign over any outstretched cord. Ladders. Never stand on the top 2 steps of a ladder. Ensure the ladder is properly secured or have another person hold it while in use. Never use unauthorized equipment to serve as a ladder. Chair, trash can, countertop, supply box. Always keep 3 points of contact on ladders. Ice and wet weather. Always use caution when entering or exiting buildings, walking on sidewalks, in parking lots, outside steps, and dock areas. Immediately notify management of any ice or slippery conditions. Use floor mats when necessary. Preventing strain and sprain. Proper lifting techniques. Always pre-test the weight of an item before lifting it. Check your path before lifting and carrying objects. Squat down, bending at the knees. Keep your back straight. Push objects rather than pull them. Lift with your legs and not with your back. Hold object in front of you and close to your body. Do not twist at your waist. Turn with your feet. Be careful not to knock or pinch your hands when carrying or setting the load down. Ask for help when necessary. Team lift. Utilize wheeled equipment, example, flatbeds, hand trucks, to move heavy objects. Don't overextend yourself when reaching. Preventing struck by or against. Most struck by or against injuries are the result of rushing, distractions, and/or failing to be aware of surroundings. Situational awareness is the best way to prevent struck by or struck against. Be aware of your surroundings and don't rush. Doors opening or closing unexpectedly. Entryway, elevator, and closet doors closing on employee hands are the most common struck by injury. Striking head on shelf or other objects, the most common strike against injury. Example, desk, paper dispenser, racking. Heavy items on shelves. Get help when retrieving heavy items from a high shelf. Reduce injury exposure by keeping heavy boxes on lower shelves. Hand injuries caught between carts or equipment and walls. When moving equipment or carts, never place hands on the outside of carts or between a wall and the object you are moving. Preventing cuts or punctures. There is nothing worse than being punctured by a sharp object. Usually the object is dirty and contaminated. Sharp objects may be contaminated with a bloodborne pathogen, a microorganism that can cause a deadly disease. Prevent cuts and punctures by following the procedures listed below. Trash handling. Never push down on trash bags and always keep trash away from the body. Do not sort through trash. Retrieving trash from the floor. Always use extreme caution when picking up trash. There may be a needle or razor blade hidden inside. Use broom and dustpan to retrieve trash. Use of razor knife. Never cut towards body, always cut away. We recommend that the box cutter or opener to fully retract automatically when not in use. Preventing chemical injuries. Chemicals can be very dangerous if not diluted properly or used incorrectly. Follow the label guidelines when using chemicals and wear personal protective equipment, PPE. Here are the most common chemical injuries. Eyes. Chemical-related injuries could result in permanent eye damage, including blindness. Wearing eye protection when using chemicals will reduce injury exposure. Skin. Chemical burns to the skin can result in serious discomfort. Make sure you are wearing appropriate clothing and gloves when handling chemicals. Personal protective equipment, PPE. Personal protective equipment should be used at all times. Gloves. Gloves should be worn when using chemicals and touching contaminated items. Always wash hands immediately to avoid transfer of microorganisms. Discard gloves with visible defects. Glasses or goggles. Always have your eye protection with you. Always wear eye protection when working with chemicals, pouring, mixing, and cleaning. Glasses are used for impact protection. Goggles are used for overspray or dust protection. Footwear. Closed-toe shoes are required. Slip-resistant shoes or steel-toe shoes may be required for some tasks. If you need PPE or are not sure about which PPE to use, ask your supervisor or review the SDS. First aid and eye wash. First aid procedures. Always report injuries immediately to your manager regardless of how minor. When an accident occurs, the use of a first aid kit may be your first option. Eye wash. Personal protective equipment is required when using chemicals. Chemicals can be very dangerous if not used correctly. Ensure you are familiar with the location of eye wash stations at your account and usage procedures. Reporting an injury. Notify your manager immediately, regardless of how minor. Utilize the first aid kit if necessary. Manager will complete the injury report. If medical attention is necessary, your manager will provide authorization. This authorization is required before you seek any medical treatment. After visiting the medical provider, you must return the work status report immediately to your manager. If light duty is prescribed, we will attempt to provide work within those guidelines. Ensure your manager is aware of future doctor visits. Failure to follow these instructions could result in a denial of workers' compensation benefits and/or disciplinary action. Always think safety. Remember, safety begins with you. Workers' compensation fraud. Compass Group has a zero-tolerance policy on workers' compensation fraud. Examples: reporting an injury that is not work-related or never occurred, exaggerating the extent of an injury or disability, claiming a pre-existing injury as work-related, having unreported sources of income while collecting lost time wages. If you suspect an associate has reported a fraudulent claim, call 1-866-232-9273 or contact corporate safety. Equipment safety. We have a variety of equipment that could be dangerous to operate. Battery powered. Recharge in well ventilated areas. Follow operator's manual. Wear recommended PPE. Propane powered. This equipment is only used in well ventilated areas. Never change tanks near an open flame or heat source. No smoking near equipment or tanks. Follow operator's manual. Wear recommended PPE. Gasoline powered. This equipment is only used outdoors. Never operate equipment near open flames. No smoking allowed. Follow operator's manual and wear recommended PPE. Never use equipment until properly trained. Lockout tagout. If a machine is broken and needs maintenance, be sure to tag it immediately with a lockout tagout label. Lockout tagout procedures. Inspect equipment before use to identify unsafe equipment. If a machine is inoperable or unsafe, complete tag and attach tag. Notify management and place tagged equipment in designated area. Never use equipment that has been tagged out. Some associates may require additional training for their jobs. Electrical safety. Electrical cords do not use if plugs are broken or cord has wire exposed. When unplugging, pull the plug, not the cord. Tag out inoperable, unsafe equipment. Do not attempt repairs. Extension cords for temporary use only. Ensure cord does not exceed 100 feet. Use only if an outlet is unavailable. If cord is extended across a walking path, use cord mat or tape and a caution sign. Do not place under carpets, behind radiators, or across doorways. Use heavy-duty cords for large electrical powered machines. A portable GFCI must be used in wet conditions. Fire safety. RACE. R is for rescue anyone in immediate danger from the fire, if it does not endanger your life. A is alarm. Sound the alarm by activating a pull station alarm box. C. Confine the fire by closing all doors and windows. E. Extinguish the fire with a fire extinguisher or evacuate the area if the fire is too large for a fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher. If a small fire occurs, utilize the nearest fire extinguisher and follow these steps. Pass. Pull the pin. Aim at the base of the fire. Squeeze the trigger. Sweep side to side. Pass. Work with site management for local procedures. Disaster preparedness. Types of emergencies. Emergencies outside of the building. Tornado, earthquake, or lightning storm. Find a safe place within the building. Prepare to respond to the emergency quickly. Emergencies within the building, fires, power outages. The main goal is to get everyone out of harm's way. Be aware of the fastest and safest way out of the building. Become familiar with the layout of a building and emergency exits. Know the rally point for your building. Acts of terror. Active shooter. Run, hide, fight. Work with site management for local procedures. Safety awareness. To promote safety awareness, each facility should have a standard safety board which provides associates with the latest information on safety topics. Topics that are displayed on the board. Monthly topic, our performance, say no to fraud, safety pledge, safety committee, reporting an injury. Safety binders might be used in accounts where there are less than 5 associates and office space is limited. You are required as an associate to know where your safety board or binder is located.